TSA updated their prohibited items list in January 2026, and nobody sent you a memo. The new 3D scanners are flagging everyday items that used to pass through without question, and officers are confiscating things most travelers don't even know are banned. Number 1. Wireless earbuds with unmarked charging cases. TSA now requires all lithium battery devices to have visible capacity markings in watt-hours. Wireless earbud cases contain lithium batteries, usually between zero point 0.5 and 1 watt-hour, but if the capacity isn't printed on the case exterior, officers can't verify it meets the under 100 watt-hour limit. The new CT scanners detect battery density but can't read capacity, so officers rely entirely on physical labels. No label means automatic confiscation, even if the battery is well within limits and you've flown with the same earbuds 20 times before. This isn't about suspicion, it's about what the machine can't verify. The rule applies to all major brands: Apple AirPods, Samsung Galaxy Buds, Bose, Sony, all of them. If the watt-hour rating isn't stamped or printed on the outside of the case, it's not getting through. The fix? Check your earbud case right now for a watt-hour or milliamp-hour rating printed on the exterior. If there's no marking, contact the manufacturer for a replacement case with proper labeling, or carry documentation showing the battery specs. Print it out and keep it with your earbuds, tucked inside the case or in your personal item where you can access it quickly at security. Don't assume that because you've traveled with them before, they'll pass inspection this time. Number 2. Electric toothbrushes with non-removable batteries. Electric toothbrushes with permanently sealed lithium batteries now violate carry-on rules because officers can't inspect or verify the battery separately from the device. The regulation change happened after multiple incidents of sealed battery devices overheating in overhead bins during flights. If the battery isn't removable in under 60 seconds without tools, the device gets confiscated on the spot. Most modern electric toothbrushes have sealed batteries: Oral-B, Sonicare, Quip, nearly all of them. The officers don't care that it's just a toothbrush. They're looking at a lithium battery they can't inspect, and that's a red flag under the new rules. Manual toothbrushes work just fine and cost $3, or switch to an electric model with a removable battery cartridge that you can take out and show separately at security. Some travelers carry battery documentation from the manufacturer, a printed spec sheet showing the battery capacity and type, but enforcement is wildly inconsistent. Some airports accept the documentation, others don't, and you won't know until you're standing there arguing with an officer who's already made up their mind. Number 3. Portable fans with concealed motors. Portable fans now trigger dual alerts on the new scanners: concealed motor assembly plus lithium battery. Officers can't distinguish between a harmless cooling fan and a modified device without taking it apart, and TSA policy strictly prohibits devices with concealed mechanical parts that can't be visually inspected. The motorized blades, even tiny plastic ones, register as potential tool components on the 3D imaging system. Battery-powered fans get confiscated unless the battery is removable, labeled with capacity, and the motor housing is transparent or easily opened for inspection. Most handheld fans fail all 3 requirements. Use a manual folding fan instead, the old-fashioned kind, made of paper or fabric that you wave by hand, or buy a cheap plug-in fan after security if you need airflow at the gate. It's annoying, but it's better than losing a $30 gadget. Hit that like button if you're learning something new. This next one is in almost every makeup bag, and women are furious about it. Number 4. Magnetic lashes with metal backing. The metal strips register as potential tool material on the new scanners. Magnetic eyelashes have thin steel or iron backing that the 3D CT system identifies as dense metal, similar to razor blades or small cutting tools. The magnets themselves also trigger alerts because officers can't determine their purpose or composition without removing them from the packaging. TSA added magnetic cosmetic accessories to the prohibited items list after security reviews discovered that metal-backed beauty products can be sharpened, modified, or repurposed as tools. If your lashes have any metal backing, magnetic strips, or magnetic components of any kind, they're getting confiscated. Doesn't matter if they cost $5 or $50. Switch to adhesive lashes with plastic bands, or lashes with flexible polymer backing that doesn't contain metal. Keep magnetic lashes in your checked luggage if you absolutely need them for your trip. Number 5. Nail files in manicure kits. Metal nail files now fall under the same regulatory category as blades and pointed instruments. The 3D scanners measure length and material density automatically, and anything over 3 inches with a pointed or tapered tip gets flagged for confiscation. Nail files used to let slide because they seemed harmless, but the updated screening protocols classify them as potential sharps, items that could be used to pierce or puncture. Even emery boards with metal cores get confiscated if they exceed 3 inches. The measurement includes any pointed tip extension, so a file that's 2.8 inches of filing surface but has a pointed tip that brings total length to 3.2 inches still gets taken. Use glass nail files under 3 inches. They work better anyway and don't trigger metal alerts. Or pack metal files in checked luggage where length restrictions don't apply. Keep a small cardboard-backed emery board in your carry-on. Those don't trigger any alerts and they're TSA compliant at any length. Number 6. USB lighters and electric arc lighters. USB lighters and arc lighters are now completely banned from all luggage, carry-on, and checked. The FAA reclassified them as hazardous materials after multiple fires caused by arc lighters short-circuiting in bags, both in overhead bins and in cargo holds. The lithium battery combined with high-voltage heating elements creates a fire risk that standard butane lighters don't have. Even if the battery is completely dead and the lighter won't turn on, the device still gets confiscated because officers can't verify it's completely discharged and safe. There's no exception for dead batteries or broken lighters. Regular butane lighters are still allowed, but only in carry-on luggage, 1 per passenger, and it must stay on your person during the flight, not in your bags. Or just plan to buy matches or a disposable lighter after security at a convenience shop or airport store. Number 7. Solid deodorants over 3.4 ounces. TSA reclassified solid deodorants, lip balms, and similar waxy products as gels in the updated 2026 screening manual. The 3D scanners analyze molecular density and chemical composition, and items that can transition between solid and liquid states under normal heat, like deodorant sticks, solid perfumes, balm sticks, and waxy products, now trigger the same alerts as liquid gels and lotions. If it can melt in your bag on a hot day or in an overhead bin, TSA treats it as liquid, regardless of what the manufacturer calls it or what state it's in when you pack it. Officers test by squeezing the container. If there's any give, soft texture, or if the product feels pliable, it's classified as liquid and subject to the 3.4-ounce rule. This applies to deodorant, lip balm, solid sunscreen sticks, massage bars, lotion bars, everything in that category. Switch to deodorant sticks labeled under 3.4 ounces, or buy full size after security at an airport shop. Keep all deodorants and balm products in your quart-sized liquids bag to avoid secondary screening and delays. What makes this worse is that enforcement varies wildly between airports. An item confiscated in Atlanta might sail through Denver without a second glance. Officers in Newark are strict about battery labels, while LAX might wave you through. There's no consistency because the technology is new, training is incomplete, and individual officers interpret the rules differently. You're playing airport roulette with your belongings, and the house always wins. The CT scanners give officers more information than ever before, but that information creates more gray areas, more judgment calls, and more opportunities for your stuff to end up in a bin you'll never see again. The real issue isn't the technology itself, it's the communication gap. TSA rolled out billion-dollar scanning systems without updating their passenger-facing guidance to match. The prohibited items list on their website hasn't caught up to what's actually getting confiscated at checkpoints. You can read every travel restriction they publish, follow every rule to the letter, and still lose items because the scanners operate on criteria that nobody bothered to explain to travelers. Officers aren't trying to be difficult. They're enforcing protocols that were created in response to threats you've never heard about, using equipment that flags things for reasons they can't always articulate. But here's the advantage you now have. You know what's actually being enforced, not just what's written in official guidelines. Label your batteries or carry documentation. Switch to removable battery devices or pack manual alternatives. Keep metal items under 3 inches or choose non-metal versions. Treat anything that can melt as a liquid. These adjustments take 5 minutes of planning and save you from expensive confiscations, checkpoint arguments, and missed flights. The travelers losing items at security aren't careless, they're uninformed. Now, you're not. Think about what's in your bag right now. Your earbuds probably don't have visible watt-hour labels. Your electric toothbrush battery likely doesn't come out. Your deodorant might be over 3.4 ounces, even though it's solid. Your nail file could be too long. Check tonight, not at the checkpoint, because once that officer reaches for your bag, it's already too late. And if you found even one item in this video that would have gotten confiscated on your next trip, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. I'm tracking every enforcement change, every confiscation pattern, and every regulation update that actually affects your wallet. Drop a comment if TSA has already grabbed something you thought was perfectly legal. I read every single one, and your experiences help other travelers avoid the same losses. Until next time, pack smarter than the system expects you to.